If you're debating on buying a Tesla Model 3 right now, there's one more variation that you may not have considered, frankly because it's not visible on Tesla's website. Yes, it's the Tesla Model 3 standard range variation, and yes, it's still available for purchase even though it's not visible on the website. But here's what it comes with, and here's how you can order it. What's poppin', what's Gucci, guys? If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Today's video is a requested video from one of my subscribers asking me to make a comparison video between the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus and a hidden little brother, the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range. But to take it one step further, I'm also going to compare it to the Long Range Model 3 as well as the Performance Model 3. So just for a quick little history lesson, the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range was the $35,000 Tesla that Elon Musk announced long ago in a galaxy far, far away. Yes, I just made that reference because it's Elon Musk, and you know, with this whole thing with Mars, SpaceX, and the spaceman in the Roadster floating up in space, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, the Standard Range variation was a long-awaited option by many Tesla fanatics ever since the Model 3 was announced back in March of 2016. And this would be the entry-level Tesla that all consumers would be able to purchase. If you know anything about Teslas, you should know that the Model S and the Model X's are not cheap. And before the Model 3 was announced, these luxury electric vehicles only seemed to be suitable for the wealthy. But that all changed once this $35,000 Tesla was introduced. Even fresh graduates could buy this Tesla. So in today's video, we're going to begin with what the Model 3 Standard Range includes when you first purchase it, and then compare it to the other three trims, which are just a little bit more expensive but carries a couple of extra features that could make the car more worth it in the long run. Then we'll quickly touch on how you can order this variation and go over how realistic that $35,000 price point is, and if it's really that affordable to anyone. But before we get started, make sure to hit the like button to help with the YouTube algorithm. Alright, you guys ready? Let's go. As we all know, Teslas are incredible cars, and with the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range, there's a reason why it's $35,000 and why it's called the entry-level Tesla. You really do get what you pay for, and while it's missing some features compared to its counterparts, it's still an amazing car. From the get-go, it's a Tesla, and just for being the safest car out on the road, that should be more than enough reason to convince most consumers to buy this car. But if you're like me, you like the extra bling and you like the extra added upgrades, so that's why I got the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus over the Standard Range. Before we go over what's missing in this variation, let's go over what it includes. Like all of the other trims, this entry-level trim is still 100% electric, and this should be a no-brainer, but surprisingly, some people still think Teslas are hybrids for whatever reason. But more specifically, the features that are included are things like the power-adjustable front seats and steering wheel, the heated front seats, a center console with storage, navigation, Bluetooth, the list goes on and on. If I was to sit here and read off every feature, I think this video would be like 5 hours long, but this should give you an idea of what it includes, and I think you'll get a better understanding of what's different between the trims as we go into the differences. So just touching on the price differences first, the Standard Range again is the $35,000 entry-level trim, and then you have the Standard Range Plus, which is just a little shy of $40,000. Next you have the Long Range trim, which is almost $49,000, and then finally you have the Performance Model 3, which is right under $57,000. From a $35,000 car to a $57,000 car, the price difference is pretty substantial, and later on we'll go into a simple calculation just to give you an idea on the affordability piece, because if you pick the wrong trim for your financial situation, you could be digging yourself into a deep hole. Before I go into the differences between the trims, I want to make sure that you guys are aware that I do have another video on my channel that highlights what you don't get in a Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus, and it pretty much summarizes all of the differences between the trims. So if you are leaning towards an SR Plus, make sure to check out that video right after. But going into the differences now, the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range will be missing a ton of things in the car, but it's mostly just the technology. For example, the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range will only have 220 miles of range at a full charge and can go from 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds. So it's definitely not the quickest car in the lineup, but hey, the instant torque should be able to get you up to speed. Moreover, the Standard Range does not come with the autopilot feature, so what you have is normal cruise control, but should you decide that autopilot is something that you want to end up buying in the future, it is available in your Tesla app for $3,000. Same thing for the rear heated seats, but for $300. Aside from that, the audio system that comes in the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range is just a basic stereo setup, so you will be missing the immersive sound that comes with the Standard Range Plus. So if you're like me and love listening to music, I'm not sure if the lack of immersive sound is going to be the right choice for you. Think about it this way, the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range is basically just a software limited version of the Standard Range Plus. And while we're talking about software limitations, the SR Plus is essentially just a software limited version of the Long Range Model 3, but without the dual motor. I would say the only trim that's different from any of the other trims is the Performance Model 3, and the reason for that is because when you're ordering a Performance Model 3, you have the option of selecting the Performance Upgrades package, which includes things like the carbon fiber spoiler, performance brakes and pedals, bigger wheels, and so on and so forth. So if you have the funds to buy a Performance Model 3, make sure to check out Tesla's website to see everything it includes. Alright, so if you're leaning towards a standard range Model 3 because it makes more sense for you financially, here's how you can order it. Since it's not publicly listed on their website anymore, all you have to do is call Tesla on the phone or chat with their inside sales team and place a special order. Here's a step-by-step process for this, and make sure to pay attention because it's really, really important. The first thing to do is to go to the Tesla Model 3 homepage and configure your vehicle as you would any other trim. At the end, it will ask you to place a non-refundable order fee of $100. Keep in mind that if you want the cheapest car possible, your options for paint, interior color, wheels, and software upgrades are going to be limited. To change or upgrade any of these options, it will require you to fork out extra money from your pockets. After you place your order, do not do anything. Let me just say that again. Do not do anything until you receive an email from Tesla that will guide you through the remaining steps of the process. Once you see your VIN on your Tesla account, call Tesla immediately to flag your order. Basically, let them know your VIN and let them know that you want a standard range instead. They should be able to make these changes internally, and this whole process will take a couple of extra days, so you will have to sit patiently for just a little while longer. Once the paperwork is all revised, double check the information to make sure that this car is exactly what you want, and after that, just sit back and relax and wait until a Tesla advisor reaches back out to you and let you know your delivery details. All in all, pretty easy steps, right? As I mentioned earlier, let's go through a quick calculation of how realistic this $35,000 label really is, and I'm going to keep it very basic. Again, if you want to change any of the options on the car, it will cost you some extra money to fork over, so if you want the cheapest car possible, keep it with the white exterior, the black interior, without any software upgrades, and by software upgrades, I mean the full self-driving package. In addition to the $35,000, Tesla charges a $1,200 destination and documentation fee. It's a federally regulated fee that's mandated by the government, so even somebody that lives miles from the Fremont factory, they will still have to pay this fee, so it's just something that we all have to pay. In addition to that, you're going to have to pay taxes on this car, just like how you pay taxes on anything else that you buy, unless of course you live in a tax-exempt state. For example, in California, taxes are around 8 to 10% depending on where you live. Then if you're financing the car, you will have to pay interest on your loan. These couple of factors easily bring up the car's price to be over $40,000. But here's something to consider. When you buy a Tesla, you're going to have access to state and local rebates that could potentially save you thousands of dollars, if not more. For example, I was able to claim $2,500 from my state rebate and an additional $800 from my local rebate. So to find out how much you could potentially save, I'll leave a link down below in the description that will lead you to Tesla's incentives page. To add to that, I do have another video on a channel that has a more defined example of the breakdown in costs, so I'll make sure to link that down below as well. But to sum this part up, take $35,000 plus the $1,200 destination and documentation fee, that's right around $36,000. Then if you take 10% for tax, give or take, that's right around $40,000. And then if you're financing 100% of the car at a 3% interest rate for 72 months, that's right around $3,800. I totally did not just do this all in my head, by the way. But all in all, the car's total comes out to be around $44,000. At first glance, I'm assuming you're like, what? That's almost $10,000 more expensive. Yeah, that's totally true, but this is just an example, so if you have rebates, then you can totally subtract it from the total cost. And other things to consider is all of your gas savings and maintenance reliefs, aka no more oil changes. And believe me, I know that it may not seem like much savings at first, but it does add up, and that's ultimately one of the biggest reasons on why I bought my Tesla. So to close out this video, is the Tesla Model 3 standard range affordable, and is the price justifiable? In my honest opinion, I would say yes and yes. Even without all of the software capabilities as the other trims, the standard range Model 3 is still a better and safer car than over 90% of vehicles out there, mainly because of its advanced minimalistic design and technology. Besides that, the amount of savings from operating expenses will definitely rack up over time, and you'll start to easily see that once you start to realize how many gas station trips you're saving yourself from. Personally, I chose the SR Plus over the SR because of its advanced technology features such as autopilot, the added range, and the faster acceleration. But if you want to be more on the frugal side and have the most cost-efficient Tesla, the SR is a great choice. Now, what about the long range and performance Model 3? Ultimately, it comes down to your budget and what you're going to be using the car for. For example, if you're always driving and you have really long commutes, then the long range Model 3 might be the best option for you. And if you plan on driving this car purely for sport activities like tracking the car, then I would recommend the performance Model 3. But other than that, if you're just driving this car around town and to and from work and pretty much places all close by, then the standard range and the standard range plus is a perfect car for you. Alright you guys, I hope you found today's video helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't gotten a chance to do so yet, I just posted my 6-month review of my Tesla Model 3 standard range plus. So make sure to check out that video for a really detailed review. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.